This program is brought to you by Emory University.
God helps those who help themselves is a classic one. It's often attributed to the Bible, but in fact, it's not found in the Bible. Ben Franklin said that in his Poor Richard's Almanac, and actually goes back much earlier than him, even all the way back to Aesop's Fables, where it occurs in a plural form, a kind of polytheistic form. The gods help those who help themselves. So it's not found in the Bible at all, and that's a very intriguing one. When one wants to speak and sound authoritative, it helps to cite authoritative literature on one's behalf or on the side of one's argument. So people might say, well, this is in the Bible, even if it's not, because the Bible then lends its authority, its iconic status to the speaker. The second reason why people misquote is because they don't know the Bible. It's a kind of reflex of biblical illiteracy. Some of that is innocent and some of it may be malevolent. I think that in the case of some quotations, or rather non-quotations, the practice can be quite damaging. So Ben Franklin's quote, "God helps those who help themselves," is not just not in the Bible, it's really anti-biblical. I mean, the Bible is full of quite the opposite sentiment, that God is precisely concerned with helping those who can't help themselves. There's a statement that Raymond Brown, a New Testament scholar, once made that said, saying the Bible says is like saying the New York Public Library says. I mean, the library says a lot of stuff, and the Bible is like a library, a little library, not like the New York Public Library, but still a library of different books. Well, again, it depends on which chapter and verse you cite. In something like Genesis 1, if it's rigidly sort of interpreted as 7 24-hour days, and then you use the biblical chronology, the internal biblical chronology that puts the creation of the world to be about 4000 BC, then of course it's not compatible with the findings of modern science. But again, what we know about the Bible is, again, it's an ancient book from ancient times, and the writers of the Bible weren't trying to write modern, contemporary, evolutionary theory. In something that's literary like this, and it's highly poetic and imagistic, the biblical writers seem to be suggesting that they don't care exactly how God created the world, but they're quite clear that in their faith, God was the one who created the world. I don't think the Bible is like a dictionary or encyclopedia or a self-help book or a history book or a science book or anything like that. I also don't think it's like a novel. I think the Bible's mostly like a poem, or rather a set of poems, a kind of a lyric sequence of poems. And that's a whole different ball of wax in interpreting than to open up a dictionary and look under the word and, oh, evolution, what does it say?
The preceding program is copyrighted by Emory University.